So some of you saw that I was not recording and you did not say anything. It is in my head though, it is you that will forget. It's up to you. If you like, don't say something. If I don't record it now, you won't have anything to reference. And if you ask me too many questions, well, Oyo is your case. All right, so like I was saying earlier, Google Analytics, for the purpose of our record, so that anybody who's going to watch this video will hear it. Google Analytics helps you to get authentic and reliable data about your visitors, about the general performance of your website generally. Where are your visitors coming from? Where is your traffic coming from? What content are they reading? If I show you my website now, you see how many people that are online on my website. I will see where they are. Are they on the home page? Are they in the categories? Are they on a specific content? Does that make sense? So I'll be able to make informed decisions based on that well-researched data. Okay? So like I said before, I'm already sharing my screen with you, and you can see what I'm saying. I am going to log into my Google Analytics. So how do you log into Google? Which website will I use? Okay, I'll use one of my blogs. Now, I want you to know, just like I was saying before, that every Google product is interlinked with another. For you to access Google AdSense program, you must use a Gmail account. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember? All right, in the same vein, for you to access Google Analytics, you must have a Gmail account. So the same Gmail account that is used for AdSense could be used for Google Console. It could also be used for Google Analytics. So it is as if the Gmail is a gateway to all these products. It's like it's a gateway to all these products. Please, I'm so sorry about the noise that is coming from my background. I went out, so I'm making this, I'm having this class outside, so that's why there's noise. But I'll call these guys to turn it down. All right, so Google email, that is Gmail. Gmail serves as the gateway for you to log into analytics, for you to log into Google AdSense, for you to log into Google Console. Does that make sense? Do you understand to that point? Now, if you remember, I said earlier in our previous class that for you to log into Gmail, for you to log into Google AdSense, you need to sign into your Gmail, open a new tab, then type adsense.google.com, right? So in this case, you will need to log into your Gmail account. When you log into your Gmail account, instead of going to log into AdSense, you go and log into Analytics. analytics.google.com/analytics/web. All right, so I'm going to send this link. I'll send it into our group. So anytime you want to log into your Google Analytics, you must first of all sign into your Gmail account, all right? And that Gmail account must be the Gmail that is attached to that Google Analytics, because of course, the Analytics has admin area where you can add and remove people, okay? So before you type this address, before you click on this address, make sure that you're logged into the Gmail that is controlling your Google Analytics, all right? So I'm going to be using one of my websites as an example. So I will visit the link I sent in the group. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Like I said before, I'm going to prevail on your designer to set up some of these things, even though it's not his job, or to set up some of these things. So if you look at this particular blog now, if you look at this blog now, it shows that there are three people that are currently on that blog, 3 people online right now, at this moment, real time, okay? Now, it also shows that in the last 7 days or so, 2,800 people have visited that blog. Okay? So, as you can see, it has reduced to. That shows you that it is in real time. So, if you go down, if you look at the active pages, you will see that, look at the pages that people are visiting. This page, Santa Monica College, and this USA visa content. So those are the contents that people are reading. Now, if we go under audience, I don't know if you can still see my screen. Please just do something. Let me know that you're following. All right, thank you very much. So if you go under audience, and click on overview. So we're waiting for it to load. All right. So from the 17th of June, from 17th of June to 23rd of June, that's yesterday, okay? A total of 2,811 users have visited this particular blog. All right? Are you looking at the data? Please just focus on the data so that you understand what I'm doing. So from 17th of June to 23rd of June, I think that should be 7 days, I guess. Okay, 7 days. Okay, it's 6 days actually, 6 days. So from 17th of June to 23rd of June, 2,811 people have visited the website, right? And then out of that 2,811, new people that have never visited the website before. If you look at this place, it shows new users, all right? These people have never visited the website before. So it's 2,131 persons, all right? So this analytics is also showing that each of those people viewed 1.5 pages, that is 1.40 pages, all right? So it's also saying that, okay, sorry, not pages, section. This particular place now is showing that each of those visitors on average viewed up to 3 pages of my website, up to 3 pages before they left, all right? And it's also showing that out of that 2,800 people that came, that they generated 12,655 page views. 12,655 page views, all right? Now, if we go down, you will see under statistics that 38% of these people are people that came back, returning visitors, people that came back to the website, all right? Then 63% of them are people that have never visited my website before. If we go up a bit, you will see a breakdown day by day. So this one is showing that on Thursday, June 18th, 77 persons came, right? On the 19th of June, 1,238 persons came. On the 20th of June, 804 persons came. On the 21st of June, 580 people came. On 22nd, 528, 23rd, 226, and so on and so forth. Now, if we go down, this is where you even understand what I'm saying. If you go down now, if you go down with me, if you can still see my screen, you will see all that data that will be very, very vital for you. You will see languages, okay? 57% of those visiting my website are using US English, all right? I don't know if anybody is following me, but you should. 57% of those who visited are using US English. 20% are using Great Britain English, all right? You see French, You see English of something ZA, that New Zealand or something. So you will see all these languages, all right? So if you now want, let's say that 70% of your users are speaking French speakers, then there will be a need for you to have an option on your website where they can translate your website to French. Does that make sense? That is why you can visit a website and you see that that website can be translated into so many languages. It is to afford these people comfort. It is to afford these people comfort, all right? Now, after languages, we go to countries. Okay? After languages, we go to countries. Now, let me show you something under countries. So this is the reports under countries. 468 persons came from Nigeria. 346 persons came from Kenya. All right. Then 232 persons came from Uganda. Ghana, 181. India, 172. United States, 86. Sierra Leone, 71. France, 65. Tanzania, 58. Zambia, 52. Mali, Liberia. All right, you keep going down. Philippines, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Namibia, Pakistan, United Arab Emirates, Botswana, Netherlands, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Papua Guinea, Congo, Brazil, Fiji, Eswatini, Zimbabwe, Gambia, Rwanda, United Kingdom, Burkina Faso, Indonesia, Togo, Jamaica, Sri Lanka, and so on and so forth. So if you go down, 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 you realize that in the past 7 days, can you hear me? In the past 7 days, people from 127 countries of the world have visited my website. 127 countries in the past 7 days. 127 countries of the world in the past 7 days. All right. So if we go back, you can pass country. After country, you see cities. Now, what does the country data do for you? What it does for you is for you to know the kind of content you're writing. Okay? For you to know which country you are targeting, the places you're ranking actually. Okay? It helps you to understand the kind of content you're going to put up. It helps you understand the language your website is going to be on. All right? So you can decide to pinpoint the cities. In Nigeria, the city I'm ranking, I'm getting traffic from is Lagos. I'm getting traffic from Nairobi, Kampala, Accra, Abuja, Freetown, Santon, Pretoria, and so on and so forth. If I decide to view, all. Now, one of the most important metrics that I want you to note here is the browser side, the browser data. If you look at what you can see on my screen now, you will see that under browser, it is showing that 53% of my users, 53% of my users are using Google Chrome. That is what analytics is telling me. Do you know what that means? What that means is that I will be using Google Chrome to access my website, so that whenever my website is not loading on Google Chrome, I will know that something is wrong and that it is affecting 53% of my users. More than half of my users will not be able to access my website. So I will be using Chrome to access my website so that if anything happens, I will know. Do you understand? And again, I will be using Chrome to see the structure of my website and see if there's anything that is wrong. So 53% are using Chrome. People that are using Android Web View are just 32%. Safari, Opera Mini, Android browser, Safari again, Firefox, Samsung Internet, Edge, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, Google Analytics can also tell you the operating system that people that come to your website are using. Okay. So under operating system, is telling me that 89.9, that is 90%. 90% of my users are using Android. Okay. 6.5% are using iOS, that is Apple, of course. Then Windows, Linux, and some other operating systems. All right. Google Analytics can even tell you who is providing data. Who is providing data for your this thing, even though I don't have that data now. But normally it can show you whether you're okay. Let me just check. Okay. It's not coming, the data is not coming up, it's not generated, I don't think. So it can show you the network that people that are visiting your website are using. If they're in Nigeria, they're using Airtel, MTN, Globe. So you can know which network to use and test your website, because your site may be loading fast on MTN. It could also be terrible on Glow if Glow is bad. Does that make sense? So that you know when you should optimize for speed. Then most importantly, it shows you also the screen size of people who are visiting. Are they using small screen? Are they using big screen? This thing is showing me now that the people that are visiting my website, 23% of them are using 360 by 640 screen, Android screen. Okay, so this will enable you to optimize your website, on mobile, because the way your website looks now on my phone may not be the way it is looking in a C3 Java phone. Okay, so you need to know who is your audience. You need to understand your audience, and this is the way you can understand your audience. All right. So I cannot emphasize this country matrix enough. I cannot emphasize it enough. Yes. I cannot emphasize this country matrix enough. If you look at this data that I've showed you now, this data clearly shows that people from 127 countries have visited my website in the past 7 days. So what I would do is to look at which of these 127 countries has more visitors. How can I accommodate them? What content can I put out to attract more people from that country, from those countries? How can I integrate language mechanism that will help them translate my website into about 120-something languages, if it is possible? And it is possible. Just a single plugin can translate your website to as many languages as you want. It's not rocket science. Some people are sending messages. Who is sending messages? Is it not too early? It's not too early to send all these barrage 35 messages. All right. Okay, so that's that for real-time this thing. And of course, even as you go, you can continue to check a lot of things. The interest of your visitors, their behavior. Okay, when they come to your website, how long do they spend? If they are leaving your distance, where do they go to? Before they even came, where did they come from? Are they from Google? Are they from Facebook? Are they from direct visits? So when they are leaving, where do they go next? You can find all of that under demographics, interests, behavior. So analytics shows you all the data you need, and it is reliable, of course. It's reliable. All right, so if you look at acquisition, traffic acquisition. So Google Analytics is going to tell you where your traffic is coming from. Is your traffic coming from search? Is it coming from SEO? Is it coming from social media? Is it coming from referral? Is it coming from other means? All right. So you are going to find out under acquisition. All right. So under behavior, I've told you before. Under behavior, you're going to find a lot of metrics. A lot of metrics that will help you understudy and know what you are doing. Like under this behavior now, you're going to find your bounce rate, okay? The page views that are unique out of your many page views, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's that for Google Analytics. Google Console. Google Console is more of a search engine, all right? It's more like a compilation of all the data you have on your website, okay? So it is what Google uses to come and crawl your website, index your information. So if you publish a post now, and you're using Yoast, for instance, Yoast SEO plugin, it will ping Google spiders. So those Google crawlers will come and crawl. It will be like food will come, food is ready, come, food is ready. So they will come, crawl your content, and of course, Yoast SEO is going to create a sitemap and Google through the console that you have submitted. You submit your website. I can't hear you. Please share your screen. All right, so Google Console is a place you submit. It's just like an address of Google, that where you go and submit your website and say, Google, whatever I write, please come and crawl it to. Come, I have food for you. Come and take and eat. So that is what you do. You submit your site to Google using Google Console, all right? And it is from Google Console that you get to know which of your data has been crawled and which one has not been crawled, which one has been indexed and which one has not been indexed. So it is from Google Console that you get to find out. So if I check this particular post now, and to know, okay, you see, in the afternoon, I checked one of the posts I made newly, and Google Console was telling me that it has not been crawled, it has not been indexed. But I've just checked now and I've seen that it has been crawled and indexed. URL is on Google. I'm going to talk more about this when you have your consoles ready. When the guy is done setting up your console, I'm going to show you how to, there's hardly anything you do in Google Console anyway. The only thing is that you come and check the performance of your website, whether you're getting search traffic, whether you're getting clicks, whether you're getting good crawlings, all right? So, but once they set it up, you're good to fire down. All you need to do is to be publishing content and have the right SEO tools. Timothy, have the right SEO tools to, you know, have the right SEO tools, you know, to publish content, and Google will come and crawl it. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is content writing. I want to believe that some of you have taken the most of you have taken the course that Linda posted. That course alone should be enough for you if you want to learn content writing, how to write content, all right? But that wasn't what I was going to teach anyway. What I was going to teach is for the lazy guys. So if you're a lazy guy, say hi. So this thing I'm going to teach now is for the lazy guys, all right? And it's very simple. I'm not going to stress it. It's very, very simple. Now, this is what the lazy guys do. If I want to write any content now on a particular topic, the lazy guys will simply go and look for where that content has been written before. Copy it, then write it in their own language. So when the person says, this house is a beautiful house, they will say something like, as alluring as this house is. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Okay. Let's say the person says, Obi is a fine boy. They will be like, Obi is an adorable young man. Does that make sense? Are you people getting what I'm saying? I am not saying that it is a good practice. I'm not saying that it is a good practice. It is not a good practice. But it is a way of escape for the lazy guys. Sometimes when people write content for me, I check for plagiarism. And if somebody is writing content for me and the person is doing something like this, I will know. Okay, but this is a way of escape for those who are, some of you who are working that don't have time to write content from afresh. I want you to know that what Google is looking for is just fresh words. So if I say Obi is a fine boy, and somebody says Obi is an adorable young man, Google will see it as a new content too. Because they are not saying the same thing. Google is just a robot. It's not a human being. All right, so this is one of the ways through which the lazy bloggers can get content. What they do is simple. They go to websites they are competing with, copy the content they have written already, and rewrite it in their own language, in their own word. Just change words, change the words, change the sentences. That is the easiest way for the lazy guys. All right, but if you want to do proper content writing, which is what you should do, please take a course on content writing. And that free course that Linda sent is more than sufficient to get you started. All right? Is more than sufficient to get you started. All right, so I think that's that. Please, if you have questions, just drop it in our group. I will answer the questions one after the other. I've just been informed that the place I am is closing by 10, and it's already 10. Okay? So please, if you have questions on what I've taught tonight, drop it in the class. Drop it in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to attend to it, but I'll be driving home now. So you will give me time. I'll be driving home now. So, and I should get home in 40 minutes or so. All right? So drop all your questions. Thank you guys, and have a great night.
Mr. Randall,
Yeah.
please drive safe.
Good night.